that Wake Forest offense to start. Near the bottom of the conference in total offense, 323 yards total, and Michael Kern will lead them out. 6'2", 192, a junior from Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, Lake Nona High School down southeast of Orlando, and up to Wake Forest from the Sunshine State. And hasn't always been the starter, but took over from Mitch Griffiths. Moved around a little bit, going to get looks to be a free 5 to start, unless there was movement there by Wake Forest to start things off. And Syracuse definitely doesn't want to get started with the penalties. It's been an issue throughout the season, especially last week in the loss to Georgia Tech. They had 12 in that game.
Offside. Defense number 0. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Stuart Mullins, our referee this afternoon inside the dome for the Orange and the Deacs. Last season, this game was played at Wake Forest. And a win 45-35 for the Demon Deacons. Their 3rd in a row in the series. After the penalty, going to work, trying to go up the middle. Justice Ellison, the junior from Ashburn, Virginia, on the carry. Let's take a look at today's Impact Players, brought to you by Walmart. Walmart doesn't just have everything for the holidays. We have your thing. Welcome to Walmart.
And one of those players is Justice Ellison. There you see the running back, number 6, and Jamal Banks. They're going to need a big day on the edge from Jamal Banks, the junior wide receiver.
So just 3 on that first play. Second down for the Deacs. Going to try to run it again. Up past the 35-yard line for Ellison. Justice Barron on the tackle. As today's Impact Players, brought to you by Walmart with the Orange on D.
Yeah, Marlowe Wax right there in the middle. His 37th straight start, the leader out of Baltimore. And Bellamy had that pick 6 late in the 3rd quarter in that Pitt game. And Yankee Stadium, a fumble recovery in that game as well.
Full start. Offense, number 8. 5-yard penalty, first down.
A penalty against Grimes and Wake Forest. That win against Pitt at Yankee Stadium, James, that you referenced, 28-13 for the Orange.
Quite a second half for the Orange, I think, in that game. A much-needed win.
They ran for 392 yards as a team in the win against Pitt, commemorating their meeting 100 years ago when Syracuse won 3-0 at Yankee Stadium. This one looking for Morin, a twisting attempt, and off his fingertips. Elijah Clark back in coverage, almost a spectacular grab by Morin.
Yeah, and it was a beautiful throw. Morin just trying to separate a little bit. A little bit of a push-off. Decent coverage there by Clark right there in his hip pocket. And taking shots downfield. You haven't seen a ton of it lately from these two teams, especially from Cuse. It's a 2nd and 15 after that false start.
Morin has 156 career receptions and is inside the top 10 in Wake Forest history. That grab from Cameron Height. Isaiah Johnson was in coverage, and here was 3rd and short.
There you go. Put it down. Put it down and play with that ref cam. Here we go, making some noise here on senior night on 3rd down, jiggling those keys.
Deacs 12th in the conference on 3rd down. Kern lets it fly inside the 30, and it bounces away and hits the turf, incomplete. Looking for Jamal Banks. Jason Simmons was back there defensively. Banks, the leading receiver for this Wake Forest team, and it's 4th down for the Demon Deacs.
Good job up front. Wake Forest has struggled mightily protecting those quarterbacks this season. They do a good job of holding the Syracuse rushers off. It was a beautifully thrown football, but maybe the best part of it all was the coverage by Simmons. Those eyes get big on the receiver. You know that ball's going to be there just fighting to rip it away.
Ivan Mora, the punt. Donovan Brown, the deep man, wants to step to it at the 30. There's a big collision. The ball is bouncing around inside the 20. Touched by Wake, so according to the officials, it did not hit the Orange on the attempted fair catch from Brown. The ball's at about the 25 where Louis spotted.
Yeah, and this is friendly fire right here. Just fortunate for Syracuse that they're going to get this football. It didn't look like it hit anybody with orange pants on.
Jalen Garnes was the Wake Forest player who picked it up. There is a Wake Forest player down. We'll come back and check on his quarter. Garrett Shrader has come out at quarterback, and now Shrader, James, had 1 rush for 2 yards in the game at Georgia Tech a week ago.
Right, unable to throw a pass. And then those that came in behind him, Valari included, a tight end, Braden Davis, McPhail. There wasn't any throwing down the field. They're starting with a jet sweep.
LeQuint Allen Jr., 8 yards on that play. As today's impact players brought to you by. We are inside the dome. The final Saturday of the regular season of the ACC, and another flag is out.
Full start. Number 50, offense. 5-yard penalty, second down.
So here's today's impact players brought to you by Walmart for Wake.
Yeah, a couple guys banged up already. Jacob Roberts, great linebacker, will be busy today. And Malik Mustafa has become a leader of this defense. They're going to need him at his safety spot. Keep it in front. Here's LeQuint from the Wildcat.
Faked one way, took it up the middle near the 35-yard line, maybe just a yard short. They'll mark him at that 34. Jacob Roberts on the tackle for Wake Forest. Garrett Shrader, James Sorry, was one of 3 players to run for over 100 yards in that victory against Pitt.
Oh, he's fun to watch run. Valari as well. They got a lot of guys that can take the snap and run, and when it comes to number 6, maybe a whole lot more of that here today. And they're got the big bodies in on a short yardage situation.
Trying to grind past that 35-yard line. That's plenty. It's out to the 37. So the chains are moving for the Orange. Valari had 154 yards rushing in that game at Yankee Stadium.
So, Tom, we've seen a couple Wake Forest players injured and taken off the field already. Garnes was hurt, Slocum was hurt, and that's big because they're without their 2 top corners, Carson and Jones, already coming in.
Direct snap and handoff to Price. So Allen was in there in the Wildcat. You saw Shrader in the slot as a receiver. So the Orange mixing up those formations, direct snaps. That's been what they've leaned on the last several games as far as offensive scheme is concerned. 5 yards on that play. Nunzio Campanelli, interim head coach, elevated from tight ends coach. Allen trying to follow his blocks. A little bit of daylight, diving for the first down. He's out near midfield. Let's check in with Trevor.
You mentioned, guys, Evan Slocum just trying to get back into the game. It looks like on the Wake Forest sideline, was doing some cutting drills, planning, making sure everything was fully operational. They have quite the challenge with all of the different looks that they're going to get from Syracuse offensively, all the changes at quarterback and formationally, what they're going to try to do. So hopefully Evan can get back in there and help bolster this Wake Forest defense.
And Trevor, 2 corners are out. Carson and Jones are out of the lineup today for Wake Forest, so they are already depleted in that secondary. It's Allen on the carry, the sophomore.
Just picking up where this team left off against Georgia Tech. They had 143 yards rushing in the second half. And if they can continue to be successful like that on first down and stay ahead of the sticks, it could be a good day for Syracuse.
Picked up 5 on the previous play. Shrader trying to bust a couple of tackles. Senior from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Look at it there. It's the patience as well. The patience, and then it becomes the power as he drags a couple bodies with him. Look to be stopped for about maybe a no gainer or maybe 1 yard. Big Garrett Shrader, the transfer from Mississippi State, 6'4", 225's got him in another 3rd down and short.
For the season, Syracuse 7th on 3rd down in the conference. They're trying the right side with Allen. The spot appears to be enough right near the 40-yard line. Hall had the tackle, joined by Patterson, but it's enough for a first down for the Orange, moving the football near that 40-yard line, and they got 3 from Allen.
Here comes Shrader out. Here comes Allen out. And then goes Dan Villari. And the tight end who was recruited to play quarterback at Michigan before transferring, now a tight end. He's got to move into that slot, and that's why he's got that 89 number. We'll check with the sidelines, and here he goes.
He's going to take off. Hit inside the 40 and dropped. Minimal gain. Villari, Mustafa, first man on the scene. Villari will throw it, James, but usually it's a very high percentage pass based on the numbers from a week ago.
Yeah, 14 of 14 against the Yellow Jackets, but therein lies the rub. Only one was across the line of scrimmage, but still, not bad.
He's going to throw this one. It's on target at the 35. That went across the line of scrimmage to Umari Hatcher.
There's a look at the offensive coordinator, Jason Beck. You see all the moving parts of this offense and trying to just get creative enough to move that football without guys really that can throw the football down the field. Well, that's probably why. How many times do you see the offensive coordinator going, okay, hey, we fired our head coach, now you're going to be the interim? That couldn't have been the case here with all the juggling going on. And plus you have one in Campanelli who's been an intern before. Beck's been with Rob and I for forever.
Shrader throws it. Down to the 10, to the end zone, and the touchdown! Damien Alford for the Orange, into the end zone. They're on the board first. James, it was 35 yards. Little slant over the middle, and Alford took it all the way to the house for the Orange.
Thank you. So the Orange gets the ground game going early. They pound, 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 got everybody focused on the run, and then through the air to Alford, the junior from Montreal.
Points in OT to win 39-30, and the quote was, cash, money. Trillionaire, yes, James. Tuesday on Inside the NFL, the guys take a look back at all the holiday football action, including the mighty Eagles welcoming the Bills to Philadelphia. Inside the NFL, Tuesday, 8/7 Central, only on the CW. Wall-to-wall football weekend, and what a moment that was back in 2019.
Well, what a moment it's been. Every time Wake's come up here the last 4 years, they've played here in Syracuse for the last 5 years. Dave Clausen grew up right around here, so he's all too familiar with Syracuse football and basketball, that's for sure.
Michael Kern with some time to deliver. Open man, incomplete. Morin down the sideline inside the 30. And a couple of Orange defenders drag him down. Isaiah Johnson brought him down. Big gain for Wake Forest on the pass play.
You talk about miscommunication. Wake quickly up over the ball. Here goes Morin. Let's keep it rolling. And just guys that seem to be walking around in the middle of the field, and they get him with a big hitter right after the touchdown to come answer.
Looking right, this is Morin trying to create. Puts it inside the 20, and then it gets rudely taken to the turf. Justin Barron on the stop.
Let's see if you can watch the middle of the field here. There's Morin. He's just going to come across the field, and again, good protection for Kern, and just running free in the back of the end zone. You had two guys covered in the middle of the field, but seemed to be really not on the same page the entire defense.
Ellison on the carry, that long pass play to Morin. And went for 48 yards for Wake Forest to take him into the red zone on the subsequent pass play to Morin. Take a look at our ref cam, brought to you by Boost Infinite. Infinitely better wireless. What a view it is. We'll take you right down onto the field throughout the ball game this afternoon. Kern still has it. Throws it to the goal line. Wesley Grimes has the touchdown for the Demon Deacons. Trolls band together. It's in theaters now. And Wake Forest is in the end zone. Wesley Grimes, 15-yard pass play from Michael Kern in Wake Forest in rapid fashion, takes it down the field.
Tom, and just what they needed. That was a heck of a drive by Syracuse to start things off. They go down and score, and then Wake Forest, in a hiccup, they march right back down the field, and soft coverage there on that touchdown as well. They've got to figure things out in that secondary. Not a pretty drive for the defensive backs of the Orange. Here again, it was slow mesh, so slow developing. And once again, a great job by the offensive line, keeping those bodies off of them. And here's a look at Grimes just running that route down here on the goal line. You got to put some pressure on these guys, and Jaden Bellamy is the closest one to it. But Grimes, with the big body at 6'2", 190, even when you're on him, he's still able to wall you off in that situation. Easiest throw for a quarterback, and just making it way too easy against air right there. We're all tied at 7. That's what we get, I think, when you mention Cash Money Trillionaire. That game, and then, you know, even a couple years before that, I remember the games of John Walford, and just the battles. Remember, he was dealing with the head injuries, wasn't sure if he was going to be able to play. One of the toughest guys that I've watched in all of our years of covering the ACC. Enjoyed watching him. Former Wake quarterback out of Jacksonville.
Back in 21, last meeting here in the Dome, that was a win, also at overtime, 40-37 for Wake Forest. Sam Hartman had 4 TD passes in that game against the Orange. No return from Gill. Well, there's no case that the Spencer sisters can't solve together. Catch an all-new episode of The Spencer Sisters, starring Leah Thompson, Stacey Farber, this Wednesday, 9, 8 Central only on the CW. Spoiler alert, they're not actually sisters.
Huh.
They can solve those cases, though.
They just like to tell people they're sisters. You should be giving out the secrets. Make people go watch it.
They'll watch. They've been watching ACC football in the CW all season long. They know that we've had some exciting games, and we've already set the foundation for another one to close out 2023 here on the CW. What a season it has been. 7-7. It's a short gain for the Orange. A couple of TD passes, one by each team. Garrett Shrader threw the TD pass. Last possession of Damien Alford, 35 yards and a score for Syracuse.
Shrader looking like he's working the runway at Syracuse International Airport there, trying to get guys lined up.
Allen trying to turn that corner, runs into a wall of Wake defenders.
It was a nice job. Pack led by Jacob Roberts to get out there in a hurry and go chop him down, cut off that angle before he could get those shoulders turned. Jacob Roberts, the transfer in from North Carolina A&T, a 2-time FCS All-American before heading over to Winston-Salem. So here's a 3rd down and 6 for Shrader in the offense.
3 for 3 on 3rd down in the game. Ref cam right up to that offensive line for the Orange. Hold that football waiting for the Wake substitution. TD pass by Shrader, his 11th of the season, and now a timeout taken by Syracuse. Alford's TD grab was his 2nd of the year. Tied at 7, late here in the first quarter. In the tradition-rich Syracuse University program, no bigger legend than the legend of 44. How about Jim Brown, All-American. Back in 1956, Ernie Davis won the Heisman Trophy. Floyd Little, 3-time All-American. The tradition and the legend of 44. Wow. Inside the Dome and here in Syracuse, New York.
Some of the greats that have come through here, and a number that was finally retired in 2005, Rob Conrad, went from here to the Miami Dolphins, the last to wear it. The Syracuse uniform, and I just love it. That's always been my favorite number since the Bosworth back in my day.
Complete on 3rd down for a first down near the 40 to Hatcher. That's now 4 for 4 on 3rd down for the Orange.
again, giving them a chance, giving these quarterbacks that easy throw, that slant throw. If they're going to give it to you, we'll expect it to come back time and time again. That's how they scored the touchdown to Alford on the last drive.
So the Orange now 3 for 3 through the air after going 14 for 14. Valari last week at Georgia Tech in a losing effort, 31-22. As Allen tackled by Kevin Pointer. Spot that football right there at the 40-yard line.
They had Shrader there on an orbit motion, ended up back away from the ball, and a lot of it is smoke and mirrors, but it's also stuff that you have to prepare for and be aware that you've got a couple quarterbacks on the field at all times.
So Shrader back there now. Orange ran for over 200 yards in that loss at Georgia Tech a week ago. He'll hand it off and then lead the blocking scheme. Allen puts a shoulder down, and he's met by Mustafa, the big collision short of the 45-yard line.
You watch the tape of Syracuse, and when number 6, healthy or not, he's fun to watch block. Watch him seal the corner right here. Get this edge on the block. He's so good athletically. He can get up there and get turned, and then he's strong, big body, and he's really smashed into some guys throughout this season. It's fun to watch. There's the quarterback, especially when you got a quarterback and the guy with the C on his chest. Sometimes it turns into an S when he's out there blocking on the field.
3rd and 6 now. Shrader right side. Wake side of the 50 and caught. Isaiah Jones and another conversion on 3rd down. Glasgow was defending for Wake.
Nice protection, nice pocket there, and Glasgow not in a bad spot, but remember, Glasgow and Rankin had to start for Kalen Carson and Deshaun Jones, both outstanding cornerbacks for Wake Forest, but unable to go today. And a couple other injuries to this defense and in the secondary already here.
9 yards on the pass play, and then Allen runs it right side to the 45-yard line. Hazen on the tackle of LeQuint Allen Jr., the sophomore. 3 on the play for Allen. Ball just inside the Wake Forest 45-yard line. Dave Clawson pacing those sidelines. Orange on the move. Little pitch out to Allen. Tried to get to the 40. Maybe not quite to it. Bounced out by Evan Slocum. He's back into the ball game after getting banged up early on. It's a chain gang camera coming right at you.
Next season we need a Trevor Scales camera. Wouldn't that be good? Put it right there in his mic. He can just hold it right there next to the chain gang or next to the ref cam. And so here's Valari back to the quarterback spot.
Another 3rd down. Valari looking for it. Broke the tackle. Valari 30-yard line, and he tumbles down. Taken down by Davis, not before a 1st down, and they're still perfect on 3rd down of the game in this 1st quarter.
And Valari has gotten better throughout this season. He came in late, missed the spring, and a nice job blocking. There's Alford on the edge to help make it happen. And there you see his numbers last week that we mentioned against Georgia Tech, a perfect 14 of 14, only 1 downfield. And he can throw it, but he's just hasn't been doing it a lot because he's been in that tight end room with Coach Campanelli. And Orange fans are booing Wake Forest, are taking their time. They're given an opportunity to substitute.
Valari, not quite as much on this run. Mustafa took him down prior to the start of this game. Valari, 235.
Big clean. Keep it clean. Take care of that football here today if they want to get a win.
Down close to the 15. Valari on the carry. It's a 1st down and more. Red zone opportunity for the Orange. First trip into the red zone. They're 10th in the conference. 79% scoring with 22 touchdowns. There's a 10-yard gain.
Remember Campanelli, his tight end coach throughout the year. Now he's his head coach and calling in some ball plays, offensive coordinator too. Stuffed right there though, Tom.
Committee tackle from Wake Forest on Valari.
Tackled by number 40, Jacob Roberts.
Sophomore from Massapequa, New York, and the Michigan transfer. yards and a touchdown a week ago. Dino Babers relieved of his obligations after 8 seasons. Nunzio Campanelli, tight ends coach, elevated. 2nd and 10, no gain on first down. Direct snap, Volari hangs on to it. Looks for a gap. Falls inside the 15. Malik Mustafa, the junior from Charlotte, North Carolina, on the stop of big number 89. 6'4", 235 pounds.
All kinds of big in there on that play. Elijah Wright, big defensive lineman, was the guy in motion to go lead the charge for Volari. He's split wide now, down the bottom of your screen on this 3rd and 6 with Shrader back in.
4 receivers for Shrader. Flings it down near the 5. Catch is made around the 6 by Hatcher. That's going to be 1st and goal, Orange.
Wake Forest has got to find a way. They've got to play tighter coverage. The slants are what has hurt them through the air. It hasn't been a lot, but anytime they've gone to the air, it's been the slants. And they've given up some big plays. Know where you are on that field. Where are they trying to break those routes off at? And again, the easiest throws for these quarterbacks was slant throws.
Allen trying to weave his way down toward the 3. And he got pushed back. Had eyes for the end zone. Taking down Mustafa and Roberts in on the tackle. By the way, the Orange now 7 for 7 on 3rd down in this game, James, after struggling. Just 2 of 10 on 3rd down in the loss at Georgia Tech a week ago. So the ball's at the 3-yard line for Syracuse. Trying to snap a 3-game losing streak to Wake Forest. And knocking on the door. Shrader hands it off to Allen. He's down near the 1. Got a couple there with the clock rolling. 11.5 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter. Hazen on the stop.
Nice job here by Wake. It was a full head of steam. And LeQuint Allen can't quite get there. That big body and those strong legs are right there knocking on the door on this 3rd down and goal. Let's see if a perfect 8 for 8 to start on 3rd down.
Shrader under center from the 1. He tried to do it himself. Dive to the end zone and he's in for the Syracuse touchdown on 3rd and goal.
Good shot. It's good to see number 6 out there on senior night. His fans gave him a nice standing ovation when they introduced him here this afternoon, and a chance to play one more for the Orange. He's played hard for them over the years. That's for sure. A perfect 8 of 8 on 3rd down, and none prettier than that one if you're an Orange fan. Cuse.
On that one, they trail this one, 14-7. Garrett Shrader just ran it in from a yard out, his 31st career rushing touchdown. 4th in school history.
Gorman, you looking for some laughs? Huh?
Of course.
All right, the iconic improv comedy show is back for more games, songs, and all around silly. Catch an all-new episode of Whose Line Is It Anyway? Tuesdays at 9, 8 Central, and stream free the next day on the CW app.
It's your line now, Bates.
Spoiler alert, they're not sisters.
As far as we know. Time of possession heavy in the Syracuse favor. In fact, they've run 28 plays. Wake about to run its 10th of the game on offense. Kern got out of trouble. Diving for the 35 and came up just short of it. So Kern able to make something out of that dicey Wake situation.
Here's a look at it. Crowded in that pocket. And great patience. able to use that block and vision, be able to slip out of there. Excellent job by Michael Kern, and the junior looked like he was going to be stopped for a minus a few. Instead, he's got him second and a couple.
Second and short. Carney, he's got it, no problem. He's out past the 40-yard line for the Demon Deacs, trailing 14-7.
Carney scored Wake's only touchdown in the loss against Notre Dame last week. So another player injured. This time it's one for Syracuse. Ronnie was having himself a laugh, wasn't he?
You liked your whose line is it anyway, Reed? Who didn't? Wake has the football, almost coming to a standstill, and then a pass over the middle and caught. Jamal Banks, they lulled everybody to sleep for a first down.
Yeah, that slow mesh is back. Last time we saw Wake, we didn't see it very much because of those fast gap fillers at NC State. But against this 3-3-5 of Rocky Long, they've got it cranking once again. First down into plus territory.
Got 10 yards on the previous play. This is Morin trying to creep, dive inside the 40. That's another solid gain on first down to the 39 and 6 yards. Also want to mention Chase Simmons was the Syracuse player down. He was helped off the field, was favoring his right leg. We'll get more in a moment.
Tom, Dave Clausen's receivers out on the edge. They've done a good job of blocking. These little screens giving the receivers a chance to make something happen. A gain of 6 on that one with some good perimeter blocking. And chipping away and trying to answer and tie it up as Wake.
It's Carney with the football. About a yard or so short of that first down, which is at the Syracuse 35 for the Demon Deacs.
That one touchdown drive for Wake Forest, it was too many of the big plays. This is a little bit more like it if you're Rocky Long. It's one thing that Wake's done, even though they've given up 2 touchdowns. It's been an 11-play drive and a 17-play drive. Make them chip away. That's where the fumbles happen. That's where the turnovers happen. That's where the penalties happen. Just don't give up the big plays. Here's a big third down and short right here for this defense.
Carney. Second effort. Had to get to the 35. Now the spot might be just a little bit short of that 35-yard line to bring up fourth down.
They're not even measuring it there. And Carney, good second effort to make it interesting because he was hit about a yard and a half shy of that mark. Now they'll make some noise here on senior day.
6 of 16 on fourth down for the season for Wake. This is 4th and 1. Kern diving over the 35-yard line, and that will be enough.
Late flag came flying in there, Tom. How much has the rule change on the push from behind now being legal, how much has it changed college football? We see it every Saturday. It certainly helped right there as Carney gave Kern one big shove to make sure he made the line to gain.
Foul. Face mask. Defense, number 2. 15-yard penalty. First down. Wake Forest player whose helmet came off may stay in the game because his helmet came off as a direct result of the foul.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. You know, it really what that turns out it shows me is that Kern's chin strap is a little bit too loose. It came off too easy right there. It certainly didn't look like there was any harm intended, but the harm comes via the yellow flag down and tacks some extra yardage on. So now it's first down in the red zone.
Flag is out prior to the snap.
Full start. Offense, number 2. 5-yard penalty, first down.
That is a frustrated Dave Clausen on that Wake sideline. 56-year-old from Youngstown, New York, said he grew up coming to college football games in the Dome. Always special to return. Even better if they can somehow walk away with a victory. Trailing by 7 at the moment and driving. Just inside the Syracuse 25-yard line. Kern tucks it to the 20, pushed out near the 15. Elijah Clark escorted him out on a run by Kern.
A couple times here in this game, Michael Kern has done a good job of realizing when there's nothing there. It's time for me to tuck it and get what I can. Go get us what you can. As he's stepping out of bounds, Clark with the contact. No flag right there, though, and it's a gain of 5. So a second down, or 10 rather, a gain of 5 to go.
Kern hands it off. Morin got hit by Justin Barron. He's dished out some punishment so far, James, defensively for the Orange.
Yeah, he has. He's fun to watch. And here's why Dave Clawson was so upset. You know, Morin with the false start. Now it's first down and 15. On that first down, you end up getting 10. Would have been a first down. Instead, second down and 5, you don't get much. Now it's a third down and 3, and they're making some noise once again.
Approaching the 6-minute mark of the second quarter with Wake on the march, 3rd and short.
There's another 5-yard penalty. Make that 3rd and 8.
They're also 0 for 2 on 3rd down of the game so far. And this attempt is going to be a little bit longer, we think.
They're going to talk it over, maybe.
Full start. Offense number 55. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
So that brings the ball back to the 18-yard line of the Orange. 3rd and 8.
The frustrations, Tom, have come this season for Dave Clawson because that's how they were a winning football program. That's how they went to 7 straight bowls in a row, by cutting out those penalties. 3rd and long.
Kern looking. Pressure from the edge. Down near the 5 and incomplete. Taylor Morin was the closest Wake receiver. Jason Simmons, number 6 for the Orange, defending on Morin, and it's 4th down.
You know, and there was space there. Wake Forest had a chance. The route was broken off right there. Was going to be a chance to go and get a first down. But, you know, how many times when you've got these other quarterbacks that are going in and out, Mitch Griffiths was the starter for so long, have you made that throw? A starter and a favorite receiver throughout the season perhaps are a little bit more on the same page with the timing. Here comes Black.
36-yard attempt. His first of the year. It's good by a whisker for Tyler Black, the freshman. So Wake gets 3 out of the drive. 14-10 of the second on the CW. 150 years, the Orange in the end zone first. Shrader to Alford, 35 yards. He outran the defense and into the end zone for the 7-0 lead for Syracuse.
That was an 11-play drive. Then Wake answered, getting grimy and into the end zone. Wesley Grimes and then Garrett Shrader with our 3rd touchdown here in the first half from a yard away on a 17-play drive, and Black will kick it off. He just kicked his first college field goal. He's 1 for 1 as a collegiate player.
Gill downs it in the end zone. Garrett Shrader, who made his 35th career start this afternoon, had 4 rushing touchdowns against Purdue in a win on the road earlier this season.
You know, maybe it's the black and gold of the opponents when they come in here, because over the last couple of years, Purdue has always been a really good game. Remember, was it last year? It was. Here, a couple of years ago. Some great battles back and forth. Still 5:30 left to play in this first half. Here's Allen.
He'll take off. Rondé Gadsden had the game-winning catch in the game that you're referencing, James, and he was lost early in the season to a season-ending injury at wide receiver for the Orange.
You know, you had a lot of guys transfer, a lot of players who'd be out there defensively, especially transfer, and then you know the injuries, you can't control that. And Rondé Gadsden, you're right. It was so long ago, you almost forget about it. But second game of the season, he's been missing since then.
Umari absorbs contact, then runs into Mustafa and a whole bunch of other Wake Forest defenders. Takes a lot to bring the big man down. Patterson, Mustafa.
Who was the first lick? Was that Mustafa?
It was.
The first.
Number 3.
Malik Mustafa really stepped up and filled, but you got to wrap. And a great job to refuse to go down there. We had the converted tight end, Umari.
All of that for 2 yards for Umari. Well earned. Orange turns around and stares third down in the face. Has not been a problem. James 8 for 8, including the Shrader short yardage TD run from a yard away. Umari diving for that 35. That was the line to gain. He's about a yard short. Again, Devon Patterson in on the stop for Wake Forest. He got 3, so it's 4th and 1.
So for the first time here today, now 8 of 9, but just inches to go. Inside their own 35, though. Wake, you got to hold your water and don't give them a freebie here on a hard count.
You can see that the Orange 7 of 15 on 4th down for the season in the entire body of work. Shrader takes a little hop to the left side and then goes over the 35-yard line. He's got the first down for Syracuse. Shrader's TD pass, James, in the first quarter to Alford, 37th of his career. Make Jason Beck, offensive coordinator, smile. 6th in school history with those 37 career TD passes.
Beck is going to go hoarse from calling all these ball plays. It's another long drive they're starting to put together right here.
Umari to the 40-yard line.
You know what was funny on our call with the Syracuse coaches this week is if you closed your eyes and listened to Jason Beck, you'd almost swear that you were listening to Robert and I. You know, they've been together for so long, way back at BYU, and then as coaches, Jason Beck backing up John Beck on some great BYU teams. And Robert and I was the offensive coordinator there for Bronco Mendenhall.
Offensive coordinator here a season ago and with Dave Dorn at NC State this year.
Right of the snap, full start. Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
It's Enrique Cruz. Got Joe Cruz at the right guard and Enrique Cruz as the left tackle. And going back the wrong way, and that's one thing that Campanelli and Beck told us that they can't afford to have those penalties come into play again here today.
Shrader hits the target, spinning away from the defenders, Hatcher, and he's up near midfield with a first down for the Orange. 13 yards on the play to Hatcher.
Until you show me that you can stop it, I'm going to keep on coming back. What are they on the slants? 5 of 5 now, 4 of 4. Back to the ground.
Allen with 9 yards.
And another thing that I would like to see, are you willing to test out Garrett Shrader's arm on the deep throw, those deep down the sideline throws, those fly routes? Because I'm not so sure he's able to throw those. All those have been easy throws. His shoulder's been injured. It's not going to matter right here because they stay on the ground and move the chains one more time, and they just keep on coming. 1:45 left to go in the first half.
LeQuint Allen closing in on 1,000 yards for his Orange career. 1st and 10. He's got the ball, spins away, and inside the 35-yard line, Dylan Hazen on the stop. Orange with 2 timeouts to work with 1:24 and rolling to go. In our second quarter, he got 5 on the carry. Syracuse passing, James, so far 6 for 6. Shrader's 5 for 5, and Umari completed his only pass attempt. Appears to be a busted play, and Shrader got swallowed up and dropped. Jasheen Davis, number 30, and B.J. Williams, number 43, in black and gold.
Jasheen Davis has had an outstanding year, and there you're going to see LeQuint Allen and Shrader is not on the same page, and it certainly looks like Allen took it the wrong way and taking advantage of it. Is this defense led by defensive coordinator Brad Lambert?
Shrader wants to throw it. Lofts offset to the receiver. Isaiah Jones juggled it almost. Came up with the catch. A.J. Williams in coverage. Demon Deeks.
Just lobs this one out there and a nice throw, giving his receiver a chance. So there underneath it was A.J. Williams. So on 4th down, Campanelli and Beck will keep that offense out there, but it's 4th down and 8.
So James, now they're sending the punting unit out. They went for it on 4th down with Shrader on short yardage and got it earlier in the drive. And it's Brady Denneberg, the sophomore. He's on the field, but he's looking over at the sideline, and it looks like the Orange will take a timeout. So we will also step aside. 30 seconds to go inside the dome. So this is going to be a 54-yard attempt for Brady Denneberg with 30 seconds on the clock. 54 yards away. It is no good. There's a flag on the play.
Plenty of leg.
Personal foul, leaping, number 40, receiving team. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot with an automatic first down.
Just missed it. And with the flag, Jacob Roberts can't go over those linemen. We learned earlier this year in the ACC on a Friday night, I believe it was, NC State at Virginia. Cole Andrea had quite a night for the Cavaliers, and it was James Jackson, who we actually saw in those highlights of the best of the CW, that used the body of the offensive lineman to boost up and try to block the field goal, and a couple late personal fouls there. Give NC State the win. And this flag right here, 25 seconds on the clock, and still a timeout for Syracuse.
Shrader, he'll take off, spins, and then down to the 15-yard line. They'll mark him at the 16. Jacob Roberts on the tackle. Syracuse takes its final timeout of the half, up 14-10.
From that ref cam. Nice job there by Reed, the center out of Houston, to peel back and pick up a blocker and help Shrader out, go get a few yards. Have to use that last time out. Now, one thing got to be careful of in this situation: penalties. The end of the half, 10-second runoff. You don't want to get out of here with no points on the board when you're sitting in position to add on to that 4-point lead. What promises to be an exciting second half of football.
Inside the final 2 minutes of the first half of the fourth quarter. First down will stop the clock for the reset. We've got 18 seconds on the game clock. 2nd and 5 for Shrader. And the Cuse up 14-10. Late in our second quarter. Shrader inside the 5. It is caught for a touchdown. Alford again. Second TD grab of the game. Damien Alford. 16 yards on the play with 14 seconds to go in the quarter.
What a costly penalty that turns out to be. There's just a nice post route and a great job by Alford. Taking that big 6'6" frame, he has to go low and pull it up off the turf before it hits. Ball thrown a little bit low, but it doesn't matter for Alford. He secures it and falls on into the end zone for a big touchdown with 14 seconds remaining in the first half.
Touchdown is under further review.
Make sure it didn't touch the turf there, too.
We've got a review. Stuart Mullins, our referee.
also make sure he crossed the plane, and that certainly seems to be the case as well. That shin. Keep an eye here on his left shin to make sure it doesn't hit the turf before the ball crosses the plane. He actually, you know what? This play should be down, believe it or not, at the 1-yard line, because the shin has him down. And at that point, if you can piece everything together, here's a perfect look at it. Look at this. That's a great look at it right there. This ball, it's not a touchdown. It shouldn't be anyway, Tom. This ball should be down at the 1-yard line. Great look. That's exactly what Stuart Mullins and they're seeing back in Charlotte.
In collaboration with the command center, you must have indisputable.
After further review, the catch was successful. However, the receiver's down at the 1-yard line. The ball be placed at that spot, and the clock is correct and will start on my signal.
So it is not the second touchdown catch of the game for Alford from Shrader. They spotted at the 1. 14 seconds of the game clock.
Okay, what do I know? Right now, first and goal, this ball is most likely going out to Alford, so it's incomplete.
Shrader has it. Allen got hit right near the goal line. Marked short of the goal line. They got to hurry. They have no timeouts. The clock is running down.
Wow.
And I think the clock just ran out on the Orange.
Jamari Glasker filling in.
Will kick it away. The Orange will get the ball to start the second half, failing to score from the 1-yard line at the very end of the second quarter as the clock ran out on Syracuse.
First signals as a touchdown for Alford, but after the review, he was just about a half-yard shy, and a heck of a play by Glasker for Wake.
Would have been his second TD grab of the game. That's Gill. He'll remain in the end zone. So if Syracuse can win this football game, they will become bowl eligible for the second straight year. Wake Forest clinging to some slim but albeit existing hopes of participating in a bowl game, but they must have at least 5 wins. Garrett Shrader trying to lead the Orange to back-to-back bowl games. Played in the Pinstripe Bowl a year ago against Minnesota. That was at Yankee Stadium. They played against Pitt 2 weeks ago, also at Yankee Stadium, in a win for the Orange. Get it rolling with Allen. Course correction, broke a tackle. Short yardage gain up to the 28, LeQuint Allen Jr.
Allen smooth on the change of direction, but great fill. Listen to this. Here comes Glasker. It was Jamari Glasker who stepped up and made that huge play. Same 2 guys right there. LeQuint Allen coming out of the backfield to end the first half, but Glasker denying him right at the goal line. Nice tackle there.
Allen broke a couple of tackles, second level, across midfield and tripped up. LeQuint Allen caught from behind by Wayman. Chunk play for the Orange on the ground. Allen
takes it from that wildcat spot, and good job there, Jawan Price sacrificing his body to make sure he was clear out of the backfield, and then doing the rest once LeQuint Allen hits that seam. Just a sophomore out of Millville High School, Millville, New Jersey. 2021, it was Gatorade's New Jersey Player of the Year in the state.
Shrader has it with Allen lead blocking. Allen, with that previous rush, James, just went over 1,000 yards rushing for his career. It was announced to the crowd, and a round of applause for number 1 in orange, blue, and white.
Early in his career, Allen has gone over 100 yards 6 times in 2023. He's almost, I don't think he's quite there yet. He's almost 7 for 2023, and that would be 8 in his career. Had a big game against the Knolls, 127 all-purpose yards down in Tallahassee.
Allen, who just went to the sideline, James, has carried the ball 20 times for 95 yards. Villar the pass. It is caught in stride and into the end zone for Damien Alford. Touchdown, Syracuse.
smile on the tight end turned quarterback and showing off that arm, an arm that took him to the University of Michigan as a quarterback. He was recruited to play that spot and then transferred to Syracuse and became a tight end. And his tight end coach, Nunzio Campanelli, has to be fired.
Documenting ACC football on the CW all season long. Incredible group of support staff. No return from Wake. All right, next week it's the premiere of CW Courtside Saturday. First Notre Dame travels to Miami to face number 10, the Hurricanes, and then Kyle Filipowski at number 9 Duke. Open conference play against Georgia Tech. CW Courtside Saturday tips off next week, 12 Eastern, 9 Pacific, only on the CW. 2 games coming right at you. And most of our camera group will also be there as we start the season of ACC basketball. That'll be coming up on Saturday with the doubleheader. That's complete. Banks. Banks has first down yardage beyond that 35-yard line. Another big season of ACC basketball with 4 teams currently in the top 25. Miami went to the Final Four last year. Duke, the defending champs in the ACC, and Wake just got 12 yards on the play. Kern's pass is batted down. Okechukwu, number 4 for the Orange, got a piece of it.
Well, and Wake may be even lucky that Okechukwu got a piece of that one, because converging in the secondary, Syracuse defenders were ready for that slow developing play, so batted down though by number 4, and it's a 2nd down and 10. You see Kern's numbers so far today.
Kern with the time, stands and delivers, 45-yard line. Jamal Banks, leading receiver this season for Wake Forest with 3 touchdown catches. It's going to be 3rd and short there, James.
You got to find 85 catches last week against Notre Dame. They come to him coming out of the halftime locker room, going to the big 6'4", 206-pound target. There's a 3rd down and 1 though. Ellison is the back.
Wake looking for its first conversion on 3rd down, and this should be enough. Out to the 48 with Kern. And that'll keep the drive moving. Near midfield here at Ernie Davis Legends Field. Tom Wormy, James Bates, Trevor Scales on the sideline. Our outstanding production crew with you from the Dome, Syracuse, New York. Kern, that pocket started to collapse. Floats this one down, and Banks runs under it. Grabs it inside the 30. They'll mark Banks at the 24-yard line.
Rolling the dice a little bit right here. Trouble at his feet, and he still just put up a prayer, hoping that Banks could run underneath it. Deacon fans at home holding their breaths, but he does come down with this, so to start this second half, Cuse with the score, but it's all Banks for Wake. We'll be back. Done for you here this weekend. Exciting way to cap off this inaugural season on the CW.
Ellison on the carry. Exceptional work by everyone all season long. 5 yards on the play for Wake Forest, trying to get back into this one. Kern has a TD pass. Morin was wrestled out of bounds. Elijah Clark took him out, and rudely, I might add.
Yeah. Well, first he took out Clark, took out a blocker, a would-be blocker, just threw him to the side. Not to be denied to force this 3rd down and 5. We'll see what Rocky Long draws up here.
Well, they converted the last 3rd down opportunity on this drive. 1 for 4 in the game in this situation. And just inside the red zone for Wake. Looking right. Let's go of it near the 15. Catch was made. It's Banks again. He's been a popular target on this drive. His 4th catch on this drive, short of the first down.
Yeah, we talk a lot. These defensive backs know where you are on the field, know where they're trying to run those routes. Same thing goes for the offensive guys too. Break those routes off, catch the ball, make it count. A first down. Nice job defensively. Hey, you can catch those in front of me all day long. Big fourth down for this crowd now. Movement.
Kern was pressured. He got it away to Morin near the 10 again. He got flung out of bounds. And so that's down to the 11-yard line. So that is the second fourth down conversion of the game for Wake Forest and a first down.
Great job to stand in there and deliver a strike from Kern. And I think Wake might have gotten away with a little bit of a move by the left side of that offensive line. No flag, fresh set of downs here at the 11.
Kern has a 15-yard TD pass to Grimes. We're going to run it with Ellison. He'll get just inside the 10-yard line. 8:45 and rolling here in the third quarter, and Wake trailing the Orange 21-10. Jobity on the stop. Just a gain of 2. Can get a first down right down at about the 1-yard line. Ellison, shifty moves, weaving his way. Ellison, he's down to about the 2, very close.
Syracuse tackle made by number 2, Ronald Williams.
Nice little run there by Justice Ellison. First time we had Wake this year, way back that Georgia Tech game, he went for 137 on the ground. Almost puts him in the end zone right there. Can't settle for a field goal here. Hughes came storming out of the halftime locker room. He scored on the opening drive, and now once again, Wake Forest trying to answer.
3rd and 1 from the 2 for Wake. Ellison to the goal line. Slams it in for a Demon Deacon touchdown. Justice Ellison for the score for Wake.
Wake Forest, Warren Ruggiero, the offensive coordinator, putting the ball in the hands of his playmakers here throughout this year, throughout their career. Jamal Banks earlier on this drive, and then getting down in the red zone. It's Justice Ellison with a few hard-fought runs.
So Tyler Black, the freshman who had not attempted a kick, field goal, or extra point, has 2 extra points and a 36-yard field goal. It's Ellison into the end zone.
Look at the big guys with the gold bonnets banging up front, and into the paint goes Ellison. Exciting game here in Cuse. Right?
Always sunny, James.
Look at it.
The temperature, though, can get a little chilly. Dome opened up back in 1980. Recent refurbishments, new roof, center hung scoreboard. What a setting for our final game of 2023 on the CW. That center hung scoreboard you just saw, 7,000 square feet, second largest in the United States. And on top of the dome, the Crown Truss looks like a roller coaster. Yeah. 6 million pounds of structural steel. You need a hard hat when you come inside the dome if you're the opposition. Wake has answered the call, though, James, and they're going to do it on defense as well against Allen. Looks like there's a Wake player slow to get up here.
And that's Hazen, who made a fantastic play out there on the edge to fight. Watch 24 right now, fighting to get outside, taking the stiff arm, and then LeQuint Allen, my goodness. It was Hazen that's slow to get up, but LeQuint Allen, it didn't look very pretty, that tackle. Fortunately, he's okay, and there's Hazen after that nice play, the sophomore, the linebacker from the Woodlands, Texas.
Allen's up to 96 yards rushing, closing in on another 100-yard game, and now they're still checking on Dylan Hazen, who was in on the tackle of Allen.
Yeah, he hits his own. Head on the turf.
And Allen took an awkward tumble as well, and Hazen had his arm. He was trying to give him a stiff arm there.
LeQuint Allen, he's so smooth, but he also plays big and strong for a guy who's 6 feet tall, 195 pounds. And here comes Hazen. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Put his head on the turf and maybe hit that neck a little bit, you know.
Good sign he's sitting up, trying to regain some mobility. And while we have a sec, James, we do have Florida State involved in those college football playoff rankings along with Louisville.
To the sideline, absolutely.
I will say this, James, as far as the college football playoff is concerned. Since the playoff era, which started in 2014, no team from a Power 5 conference that went undefeated has been left out of the playoff.
Okay.
So if you're looking at Florida State out of the ACC, Shrader takes it up the middle. They're trying to defeat Florida, and they will play Louisville in the title game next Saturday in Charlotte, North Carolina. So if they win those two games, they would be undefeated. And as I said, no team that meets those qualifications has been left out of the playoff. I will leave you with that to chew on.
All right, they've got to take care of business first tonight in the swamp, and then against Louisville. Oh!
Deflected up for grabs. Wake Forest comes up with it off the deflection. Anderson has the football for the Demon Deacons, and it was Jacob Roberts who tipped it up in the air.
Nice football play to start here by Jacob Roberts. If you can't get there, try to get involved, get those hands up, mirror technique, and then that tip drill. And Nick Anderson laying out for it and pulling it in. And what did we talk about at halftime? It might come down to a turnover in this football game in the second half. Two teams that held on to the rock in the first half. There's a big one for Wake Forest and just what they needed. 21-17, and the ball back in the hands of the Demon Deacs.
First interception of the season for Anderson, and the 8th for the Demon Deacons this year. Could be a loss on the play. Tate Carney got dragged down. Okechukwu for the Orange.
Caleb had a couple big plays last week against Georgia Tech. A sack, a fumble recovery.
Yeah, it looked like Dave Doran was looking for a face mask. This is Kern, mobile. Correction, Dave Clawson was looking. Dave Doran's playing North Carolina later today.
This is 2 plays ago now, and here's, oh goodness, yeah. That's a big miss right there. So Kern getting out of trouble, but still a 3rd down and 6. Here against Rocky Long's defense. 3 guys with their hands in the dirt. Let's see what they walk up if they bring pressure.
Give it to Carney. Carney, he's got a first down.
They only bring 3, and Wake, you know, maybe thinking they can slide one by a blitzer. They don't even have to do that. The linebackers playing soft in there, and an easy pickup of first down by Carney in this offense.
They got 9 on that play. We thank Johnny Forte, the umpire, for wearing ref cam this afternoon inside the dome. Through the progression for Kern. He has all day. Now gets pressured, and he's taken down for the sack. Darton on a sack for the Orange. Loss of 6.
Kern has done such a good job of having that internal clock in his head. When do I tuck it and get out of there? He's just in this pocket way too long, and finally here comes Darton. Look at the coverage down the field. Nowhere to go with the football. Great coverage, and a 2nd and 16.
Devon Darton made the play. That pass is complete. Grimes. He's got the touchdown catch for Kern in the game. Lowry Jr. on the stop. Third down. For 7 in total on third down for Wake. Kern got away from the first man. And that bounces that one near the 5. Grimes was the closest receiver in old gold and black. So fourth down now.
Jalen Gold could have made this field goal try even more interesting. You got to expect on those blitzes, you got to expect to make the play, expect it to be there. Come under control in the backfield, and a good job by Kern to escape and throw the football away. And here's a chance for Black to come out, the true freshman, kicked his first college football field goal in this game. He's 1 for 1 already.
Made a 36-yarder. This in the neighborhood of 38 yards away. Outside the pipe and no good. Just his second attempt of his collegiate career. So the miss from 38.
Victory for the Syracuse Orange defense. Rocky Long sends his troops out there after the turnover, and Wake Forest comes up empty with outstanding opportunity right there after the interception by Nick Anderson. The missed field goal, and we'll turn it right back over to Syracuse.
Just a typical Wake Forest Syracuse game. Last season a win for Wake at home by 10, 45-35. Last time they played in the Dome was 21. And that was a win for Wake, 40-37 in overtime. And then the 2019 game when the Cuse won it in OT. And the field goal and a Trill Williams strip fumble and return. First started playing one another back in 06, and as I mentioned, the series is split right down the middle. 6 wins apiece coming into the afternoon. Allen. To the 34-yard line and a first down, and that'll take Allen over 100 yards rushing in this game. He has been busy.
Coming right at you, and Allen just picking away, and the offensive line continues to do a good job on that Wake Forest front.
4 straight games of 100 yards rushing for Allen in the pass. Valari couldn't come up with it. He has a touchdown pass in this game, 47 yards to Alford. And so Allen, James, how about this? 7th time this season he's rushed for 100 yards or more, and he's done it again today on 23 carries.
Yeah, 8 in his career. Went for 120 last week against Georgia Tech. He had 8 catches for 21 yards in that game as well.
Valari. Clock winding down here in the third quarter. That TD pass I mentioned for big number 89, first of his career. And it was on the money to Alford, who's got 2 TD catches.
And I would be aware of that, Wake Forest, because you get lulled to sleep. Hey, they're not going to take those deep shots. Garrett Shrader, he's shown us that his arm isn't quite there yet. He can throw those little slants, but he can't throw it down the field. But 89 can. Be careful of it.
Oh, for their last 3 on third down. Shrader a little play fake. Inside the 40 and caught. Leaping grab Alford. You wouldn't call it a tight spiral, but the location was A+.
Perfect little play pass on the jet sweep and exactly where it needed to be. Alford bringing it in before he takes the lick from Anderson. Plus territory.
Allen adds to his total. Down to the 26-yard line. 8 yards on the rush, and that pass play to Alford went for 29 yards. Allen's close to the 25-yard line, just short of the marker, which is near that 24, kind of in between 25 and 24. Third and short. A lot of success on third down in the game for the Orange. 9 of 12.
Interim head coach Campanelli coaching him up there. Nunzio Campanelli is. And it's third and short here.
They throw it off the fingertip and the right hand of LeQuint Allen, who certainly had a step on the secondary on 3rd and 1.
Oh, wow, what a play call. 3rd and short, they needed a yard. Everybody with their ears pinned back thinking they got to stop the run. And it's a perfectly thrown football in LeQuint Allen. Oh, you got to have it right off the fingertips. He's made so many big plays for the Orange. We'll get one more chance at it there. Beck, the offensive coordinator now. 4th and 1 call for Syracuse.
1 for 1 on 4th down of the game. Allen. Shrader kept it. Shrader's got it. 15-yard line. Slocum on the stop. They sent Allen up the middle, and Shrader hung on to the football.
Back-to-back plays. They roll the dice a little bit, and look at Shrader selling that play fake, the run fake so hard before he turns his back to the defense and goes rolling out there to move those chains. Playing on that injured shoulder here on Senior Day. And they'll make some noise and show some respect for all these seniors as they enter the 4th quarter here at the JMA Dome. What a fun football game.
Shrader got 12 yards on that 4th and short, so that's 2 for 2 on 4th down in the game to sustain the drive.
That's right. 5 wins right now. 1 more would make them bowl eligible.
Umari dropped. Wake Forest had it read well. Should they win this game, James, it'd be the first time qualifying for back-to-back bowls since 2012, 2013 for the Orange. Went to the Pinstripe Bowl a season ago.
So we've mentioned it a couple times. And Wake Forest, they can go. They can make it with 5 wins. It would take some help. And first, of course, they would have to win this football game here today to take it to 5 and 7.
Shrader to the end zone and caught for a touchdown. Valari, the touchdown for Syracuse.
He threw one. We've seen him run throughout this game and very athletic for that big body. 6'4", 235 pounds, so it should be no surprise that he can get up there and go pull that football down. Orange ready to cap this one off there on our ref cam and make it an 11-point lead.
13 yards on the play. 2nd TD toss of the game. Shrader. Valari, his 3rd receiving TD. Denneberg with the extra point on the 11-play drive.
Shrader to the big man. Couple quarterbacks getting involved, but one of them's playing tight end again.
At the stadium, getting everything ready. Stay long after as well.
Not a smartphone in sight. Just guys living in the moment, you know? Just living in the moment, getting work done.
And what a game for our final game of the season here on the CW. Nunzio Campanelli, interim head coach, elevated from tight ends coach. Dino Baber spent 8 seasons on the Syracuse sideline, took him to a couple of bowl games. That's what Coach Campanelli and the Orange are trying to do right now, be the 10th team to be bowl eligible in the ACC. Wake still has an outside chance, as we mentioned, with a victory in this game, but trailing 28-17, early stages of the 4th quarter. Kern, open man, Morin to the 30, 1 man to get by, makes a cut. and now Morin will be dragged down near the 15. Justin Barron got back there.
You got to be cool and calm to stay in that pocket like Kern does right here. Watch all the bodies around him there on that slow developing play, and he almost has to hop just to give it a little bit of oomph. And Morin with the catch and then a whole lot more afterwards. Big play to try to answer as they go down 28-17, and it's right back at it just as it has been the whole game for this Wake Forest offense.
61 yards and into the red zone. Kern into the end zone and caught for a touchdown. Jamal Banks. Two tosses through the air and Wake marches down the field and to the end zone.
2 plays, 75 yards.
Deeks are lining up for a 2-point conversion. How about 2 plays and 75 yards? And 61 of those to Morin. Banks with the TD grab. Kern and Wake looking for 2. Dancing. Got away from the pressure for a moment. Trying to extend the play. Now throws it back to the end zone and caught by a sliding Wesley Grimes for the 2-point conversion.
Kern refusing to let this play die, hanging on to it forever. There's the touchdown to Banks. It was good coverage, but just the big old Banks got it, and waiting, still waiting, finally get the 2.
Yards in 2 plays. Morin, 61 yards on the catch and run. And then Banks with a touchdown reception from Kern, and there will be no return from Gill. 28-25, 13:38 to go in the 4th.
You know, Tom, talking with Dave Clawson this week, he talked about how he hated to sit down the starter for most of the year, Mitch Griffiths, but just right now, Michael Kern just gave him a better opportunity to win football games, and he's shown why here in this game right here. I mean, that's a perfect example of that last drive, standing in there a couple times strong with bodies all around him.
Valari. Bashes his way up short of the 35-yard line. Garnes on the tackle, 8 yards. Bruising run. Number 89. So Shrader back in.
That Campanelli last name, I mean, that's quite the football family. His dad Mike was a coach. Brother Nicky's a coach right now. Brother Anthony Campanelli used to be in the ACC on Adazio's staffs up at Boston College. He's with the Dolphins right now as a linebacker coach.
Allen wrapped up by Hazen. It's good to see him back into the ball game and feeling better.
Yes. Helmet hit hard on the turf earlier on a big play against LeQuint Allen, and here he is with the stop to force a 3rd down and 1.
There was no gain on that previous play. 3rd and short now. Got to get to the 35-yard line for the Orange. Allen on the toss. Room on the right. Allen to the 45-yard line. First down, Syracuse. Allen slow to get up. He is slow to get up. Allen's fine. There is a player down, though, for the Orange. And it's Alford who is down.
9 right there. Garnes has got to do a better job of setting that edge. Just too much space for the speedster. And he'll pick up the first down yardage, and hopefully it'll be okay.
With a quick strike TD. Michael Kern throwing a touchdown pass.
And that was Alford that was down on the turf, and they took him to the locker room there during the break. Biggest playmaker of this football game so far.
This is Allen trying to create a little something. Gets hit near the 45-yard line. Alford has 2 receiving TDs, one of 35 and one of 47 yards. That was in the 3rd quarter. That was from Dan Valari. Just a yard on the play. Valari has a 47-yard TD pass and a 13-yard TD reception, and LeQuint Allen has gone over 100 yards as well. So all kinds of offense from varying sources for the Orange. Garrett Shrader has a short TD run and a TD pass. Allen crosses the 50 into Wake Forest real estate. Jashin Davis on the stop. Mustafa also in there for Wake. Mustafa now with 13 tackles, James, and a gain of 6 for the Orange on the play. First home Saturday game in 56 days for Syracuse, and there goes Shrader. First down and more. And down to about the 37-yard line for Garrett Shrader.
Outside backer for Wake right there. 40 starts pointing as Jacob Roberts like he knows the play, calling it out to his buddies, but in doing so he hops inside and he gets sealed inside, making it even easier for the big man to just batter his way for another first down. Just getting it done on the ground. Now here we go up top.
Wants to throw it. Caught! And into the end zone, it's Hatcher. Adjusted to the football and took it in for the Orange touchdown, 37 yards.
The big woo there from Nunzio Campanelli. As the Orange answering after Wake Forest pulled to within 3.
Third TD pass of the game for Garrett Shrader.
You stay on the ground until you don't. Everybody thinking it's going to be on the ground the whole game. The last 3 meetings have gone to overtime, and looks like we're heading down to the wire here in this one again. Wake Forest unable to get a stop. They got the 1 turnover, but what a huge stop by the Syracuse defense to step out on the field and to hold Wake to no points after the turnover here earlier.
Let's check in with Trevor.
Knowing that you have Michael Kern coming back onto this field earlier after that 2-play 75-yard drive, he was very clearly amped up after getting off the phone with the coaches upstairs. Went down to every single position group and said, let's win this, to each and every member on that bench. They are clearly on a mission, knowing that they have had some success on the offensive side of the ball.
14 of 20 for Kern. Trevor throws this one to an open man over the middle. That is Morin in traffic. Kern up over 230 yards passing in this game.
Kern is feeling it right now. There's no panic at all. With the pressure that he's been under, just stepping up coolly in that pocket. We've seen him time and time again tuck it and run and throw it under pressure.
There's plenty of room to run here. Carney finally wrapped up near the 40. And a flag comes out. 2 of them.
Justin Barron. Man, you got to be smarter than that.
After the play was over, personal foul, late hit out of bounds, number 8, defense, 15-yard penalty, and an automatic first down.
Penalties have hurt this Syracuse team time and time again, and you got to have a feel for where you are on the field. Barron's been big for this defense. 11 tackles, 1.5 sacks against the Noles earlier this year. Had a career-high 14 tackles against the Tar Heels. Costly penalty right there to aid in that big pickup.
It's a gain of 21 and the penalty. Kern can't get away. Dragged down in the sack for the Orange. Darton first on the scene, and then McDonald finished him off.
Penetration can just kill this slow mesh game, but able to roll the dice and play with it. Kern in the offense so far tonight, but right there they get burnt in a big way and go backwards because both Darton and McDonald were there immediately.
Carney up the middle with some room, 20-yard line. Inside of 9 minutes now to go in the 4th.
There you go, coming right at you. Watch out for Tate Carney. His brother Cade is a team captain here. 2018 and 19, rushed for over 1,000 yards. Here's a 3rd and 6.
Kern looking left all the way. Near the 12 and caught. That's going to be first down yardage to Banks. He's already got a touchdown reception of 16 yards from Kern in this quarter.
Nice pickup on the blitzer by Carney, and a good job that time by Banks to know where he is. Where are those sticks? Break that route off at the sticks. He does this time, and it's a first down.
7 catches now for Banks. Carney has it. Works it inside the 10-yard line.
Syracuse tackle number 2, Marlon Williams. Official timeout for injured defensive.
We haven't seen this much banging in a while. We haven't seen it this year anyway. And they have really been fighting hard on the ground. Both of these teams here throughout the day, as another Orange player is banged up.
So while we have a moment, let's take a look at the best of our Boost Mobile Ref Cam. How about that view? And that was a penalty against Wake Forest for coming across the line there.
That's the best shot right there, coming right at you, looking right down the barrel.
So our Ref Cam, James, brought to you by Boost Infinite, infinitely better wireless. It's quite a view. Ref Cam worn by umpire Johnny Forte. This afternoon inside the Dome with Wake Forest threatening. 7.5 minutes to go and counting. And trailing 35-25 to the Orange. Kern steps up and throws it into the end zone. That is Grimes, and he caught it! Wesley Grimes, acrobatic grab, back corner of the end zone, and a 9-yard touchdown.
They'll take a look at it, but it certainly looked good from up here. And how about Michael Kern has to step up in the pocket, gets rid of it right before he hits that line of scrimmage. Beautifully thrown football. That's a touchdown. Grimes secures it, gets the foot down, and controls it as he goes down to the turf.
Wake Forest will go for a 2-point conversion.
So Wake is going to go for 2. It was Grimes who had the catch on the previous 2-point conversion after the Jamal Banks touchdown reception of 16 yards. Kern looking. Ball popped out, covered by a teammate. Wasn't able to get the pass away, so the 2-point attempt fails for Wake Forest. 35-31 with 7:20 to go. Third TD pass of the game, Michael Kern.
Good job by the offensive line to create a pocket for Kern. He steps up, just throws a strike. It wasn't bad coverage there in the corner of the end zone. Bellamy has had a pretty good year, the redshirt freshman. There you see the catch, and here's one more look at the 2-point try. Clausen feeling like he's got this defense on their heels a little bit, and perhaps getting away with a grab of the face mask there by Okachukwu. No flag and no 2 points, so it's a 4-point game with 7:20 remaining. Kern for Wake Forest, and take your pick of the quarterbacks for Syracuse. Playing some good ball here today. It's been Garrett Shrader for Valare, who's thrown a touchdown pass. LeQuint Allen has taken that snap at the Wildcat spot so many times. Back and forth we go.
Kern threw for just 81 yards in the loss at Notre Dame a week ago for Wake Forest. No return from Gill. Today, though, as you saw, 261 yards. Michael Kern, the junior. I mean, every time the Orange tries to distance itself from Wake, they come back with a spectacular drive and play. And what a catch by Grimes in the end zone.
Shrader and Syracuse got to protect the football. They'd love to put together another one of those long marches right down the field.
Allen stopped. Hazen on the tackle.
Syracuse with a 17-play touchdown drive, their second touchdown of the game back in the first half.
Shrader's 10 of 14 throwing, James, 173 yards and 3 touchdowns. Comes to the Syracuse sideline after a gain of 3 by Allen. Valari in there. Stop short of the 30-yard line. Hazen again.
Well, taking care of the football is one thing that Valari has done a lot better job of back in that Pitt game, where he came in and played a lot at the quarterback spot. He coughed up the football a couple times. There's Hazen back in there after he left. The hard hit helmet to the turf earlier. So a third down. Valari still in the game. So is Shrader back in there now. And it looks like he'll take the shotgun snap.
Strong on third down. 11 of 15 in the game for the Orange after struggling on third down a week ago. Shrader throws it. It's incomplete. It was Hatcher trying to adjust to the football with 2 defenders close by.
Yeah, gave themselves a chance here. And Glasgow doing a good job and try to slam on the brakes and get involved in it, and perhaps even distracting Hatcher a little bit right there. Just our second punt of the game. And if I'm not mistaken, this is Syracuse the first time they punted. There's 6 minutes left to go in the game.
Stonehouse punts it away. Morin's the deep man, 21-yard line. Got past the first 2 men. Morin up near midfield. Finally brought down near the 45-yard line. Taylor Morin on the return. An excellent field position. Big play from Morin. He's had plenty of those this afternoon inside the dome.
Tom, even the fact that he didn't fair catch it. So many defenders sitting there waiting on him. He takes off, puts on the Jets a look at Michael Kern's numbers. Not a bad day for the junior. And here, a chance to take his Demon Deacons down the field and move in front.
Kern had 1 TD pass prior to today. In his first start last week. Got away from pressure. Now he gets hit and bounces away. Kern still running. First down towards the 30. Michael Kern. How did he do it?
I mean, it's nerve-wracking enough to just sit there with this slow mesh read, and now you've got 1, 2, 3 guys. He's in the grasp 4, blocking from his teammates down the field, and not only does he get out of trouble, but he gets a first down. Moving the chains.
13 yards on that scramble by Kern. It's Ellison who gets toppled inside the 30.
Well, one thing we're seeing here today, whether they win or not, whether it's bowling or not, for Dave Clawson, I think you found your quarterback as you head into the offseason. And yeah, you've got to have some depth at that position, but Michael Kern, I think, has shown everybody that he can be the guy that you can win with. Can they pull it off and get a huge come from behind win here?
Gave it off Ellison. Inside the 25 for Ellison. Keeping an eye on that clock. Inside of 4.5 minutes. Let's take a look at our ref cam. Brought to you by Boost Infinite. Infinitely better wireless. Brings up third down now for Wake. 4 for 6 on third down of this drive for the Demon Deacs. Kern down near the goal line and knocked away. The flag is out. Looking for Banks. Penalty marker. Johnson back in coverage for the Orange.
Isaiah Johnson says, look up at the screen. Best cover corner, and you see Ross right there fighting with Jamal Banks, but he just wraps those arms around.
15-yard penalty.
Banks, he didn't have to.
First down.
It is against the Orange, James, on the defending by Isaiah Johnson.
Gosh, that's a tough one right there. He's right in position. He doesn't have to put his hands on the pads of Banks. Just snap that head around, and he makes an interception perhaps right there. Instead, it's 1st and goal.
Wake Forest is 5 of 6 in the red zone in the game. That's Ellison making his way down to the 6-yard line. 2nd and goal for Wake Forest. What a football game. These two teams, when they get together, they deliver regardless of record or circumstance. And we're witness to another incredible matchup between these two programs.
A lot going on, but let that play clock, let that game clock tick down as much as you can here at Wake Forest.
Ellison. Patient running, not a whole lot. 4-yard line, perhaps. Thompson on the tackle.
2 plays here to punch it in, and if you give Syracuse that football with not a lot of time on the clock, remember they've had a tough time throwing it down the field with Shrader. Here's your 3rd and goal.
Kern stepping up, trying to run for it, and brought down. Darton makes the play for the Orange. It's 4th down. Wake has not led so far this afternoon. It is 4th and goal, and they trail 35-31. Here we go, Bates. On 4th down, Kern throws it down by the goal line. Intercepted by the Orange. Kern on 4th down, and it's picked off by Jason Simmons.
Great job rallying by Rocky Long Syracuse defense. Snap a little bit low, and Kern has to get out there and just get rid of it, but already in his break, watching that quarterback comes Jason Simmons, and the senior, the transfer from New Mexico State, with a huge play right there on the goal line. So now 2 minutes remaining.
The ruling on the field of an interception is under further review.
So if it stands, James, 2nd interception of the season for Simmons. And for the Orange, it would be their 9th, and a huge one to stop the drive of Wake. It is under review. Exactly 2 minutes to go in the 4th. And James, this is an Orange team. Consider that they've lost 6 of their last 7 games after winning their first 4 of the season. Here's a good look at it.
And it may be a good thing. May get a little bit of padding here on this one if it isn't complete.
I mean, James, either way, it was a 4th down play for Wake.
I think Wake got away with the hold there on the end of the line as well. Wasn't called. This.
Demon Deacs are also trying to snap a 4-game losing streak, and they've lost 7 of their last 8. You wouldn't know it by the effort put forth by these teams today in the Dome.
No, you certainly wouldn't. Syracuse not only fighting for a bowl, but you got to think, as we take a look at that ACC Replay Command Center back in Charlotte, North Carolina, in that beautiful new building, not only are they playing for a bowl game, but playing for each other and playing for Dino Babers. I mean, it has to be hard on all of these guys wearing the Syracuse orange uniform to see their head man go, not be out there. So you got to think he's on their minds as well. Nunzio Campanelli has taken over, and look at that shot. That's pretty cool right there. That's from the ref cam too.
Ref cam to review cam. Stuart Mullins, our referee, in collaboration with the Command Center, Charlotte, North Carolina. Either way, it's going to be Syracuse football. It just depends on where it will be spotted. It's a shot of our umpire, Johnny Forte, wearing the ref cam. Wearing the apparatus.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
So it is the second interception of the season for Jason Simmons down by the goal line.
Inside that 1 yard line too.
Just the third ACC game in the Dome this season for the Orange. They had lost against Clemson in late September and then lost against Boston College 17-10. That was early November. So the Orange take over deep in their own territory, looking for a little breathing room. Allen will give them some. Again, he's well over 100 yards today. Up near 140 yards rushing for Allen. Fourth straight game over 100 yards. An immediate timeout taken by Wake Forest and Dave Clawson.
You know, another thing, whoever the next head man is here in Syracuse, New York, to come in and take over this football team, priority number one needs to be number one. You got to recruit and make sure, hey, we don't need you going anywhere. We need you right here, because some big playmakers like LeQuint Allen, they need around. Damien Alford is a junior. Allen just a sophomore. Look at those numbers today.
On top of everything that he's done, James, today and this season, Syracuse didn't lose at Wake last year, but he threw a touchdown pass in that game.
Yeah, he's thrown a couple.
Well, he can't do it all. 33-yarder. Syracuse was actually ahead, 21-10. Wake won that meeting a season ago, 45-35. Always entertaining. We're inside of 2 minutes now. 2nd and 6. Up close to the 10-yard line for Allen. Coach Clawson has to use another timeout to stop that clock.
Quick on the draw, and speaking of has to, they have to get a stop right here. It's ball game if they can move the chains. You know, interesting with LeQuint Allen, we saw all those 44s of the past. We've seen, you know, even here in recent years, Sean Tucker, it's a different body type. You know what I mean? In a Syracuse uniform, you haven't always had that slender build. Guy just with that super burst, the long body.
Well, Allen went over 1,000 yards in this game. Sean Tucker did it in both 21 and 22. Over 3,000 yards for Sean Tucker's career, third in school history. Back at 21, Tucker set the school record, almost 1,500 yards rushing. Allen's been the man today. 32 carries, James, for 144 yards right now, if you can believe that.
Last 3 games prior to this one coming in, he was averaging over 120 yards a game. Keeps getting better.
So this is 3rd and 1. Got to get just out past that 11-yard line.
Yep.
It's going to be enough. Wake is down to one final timeout. First down, Orange.
There you have it. Good look at it. Without a doubt, gaining the yardage needed. Hats off to really both of these teams, the way they've come and fought hard here in this final game of the regular season. Senior day. Here for guys like Garrett Shrader and hometown crowd making some noise for him.
Challenging season all around for the Orange. A moment to remember for the seniors and the folks inside the dome.
Line to gain is under further review.
So we had a first down awarded, but there will be further deliberation. Previous play under review. Shrader in the middle of that pile.
Nice job by this offensive line here and throughout the day. Petrie, Cruz, Reed, Chris Bleich, transfer from Florida. His old team getting set to go against the Seminoles in the Swamp tonight. Enrique Cruz as well.
View from ref cam. Looked like Shrader had enough. Stuart Mullins. Further conversation.
After further review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
Coach Campanelli knows what that means. It was actually a pretty good look at the football. You could see it in the middle of the pile with Shrader. Extra effort to get enough. Didn't need a whole lot, but he got enough for the first down. So this will snap a 3-game winning streak in the series for Wake Forest, which, by the way, just never gave up on the cause this afternoon and into the evening hours here inside the dome. Made it exciting as usual, James.
Oh, well, we knew it as soon as we got this game. Oh, my goodness. Wake Forest and Syracuse at the end of the year. You know it's going to be a good one. And Rocky Long's defense, they gave up a couple big plays, but after that turnover, when they had to have a stop, they came out and shut down Wake. No points given up after the interception, and then the huge interception to seal the deal down here.
Celebration, hugs, and high fives all around on that orange sideline. Nunzio Campanelli is the interim head coach on his way to a 35-31 victory. What an effort by his team. Demon Deeks fought right down to the final seconds. They're out of timeouts now. In fact, they won't even use that final timeout. That should be it right there. 469 yards of total offense for the Orange. Watch out.
Playing a little bit of defense there. They still got him.
35-31. Syracuse. Last win in the series, James, was that 2009.